Dubious Ones, welcome back to the channel for some more All-In Review. But before we get to that, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and leave me your feedback down below in the comments. But we are now moving on to FTR versus the Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So, the fans started out by serenading FTR to the ring, singing their song. FTR sporting their Bret Hart themed gear. The Young Bucks get booed out of the building as soon as their music hits. They come up through the Cody Vader, and then the Acclaimed got a new "Oh Scissor Me Daddy" little theme preemptive to their entrance theme. The fans chanted in unison. The fans clearly have made their pick, at least as far as the entrances are concerned. As the Acclaimed definitely got a massive reaction. And then to start the match, we had the Acclaim and FTR start out, but the Bucks tried to jump them all. FTR and the Acclaim disposed of the Young Bucks outside the ring, then began a slugfest with each other. The fans were electric at this point, and these guys can do no wrong. The Acclaimed hit some double team moves on Cash Wheeler, and then Nicholas blind tags one of the Acclaimed, and then the Bucks dump them to the outside. The Bucks then hit some double team moves on Cash. Max Caster tries to intervene, but the Bucks hit him with a neckbreaker, backbreaker combo, then pose towards the fans. The fans then boo them out of the building while they smile ear to ear. The fans break into a very light CM Punk chant as the Bucks are on offense. Cash tried to hit the hot tag to Dax, but the Bucks pulled Dax off the apron, so they weren't able to make it. Cash then hits a power slam and is forced to tag in the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed set up the Bucks for a sandwiched Scissor Me Timbers. The fans started chanting, "Oh, Scissor Me Daddy." Dax then tags himself in and takes the momentum from the Acclaimed, hitting some German suplexes. Matt Jackson makes a blind tag, but then gets German suplexed himself. Then Nicholas tries helping, but the Bucks take a double German from Dax. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Then Cash gets in the ring, and both members of FTR hit a German suplex to both the Bucks for a 2-count. Light FTR chants started breaking out in the crowd. FTR then goes for a powerplex, a little power and glory, but Anthony Bowens stops it, only to then double superplex Matt Jackson with Dax to set up the powerplex, the power and glory. But then when Cash goes for the glory, goes for the splash from the top, Matt gets his knees up, then Max Caster goes for an elbow drop from the top, but Cash gets his knees up, then Nicholas goes for a 450 on Max Caster, but Max then gets his knees up on Nicholas. Fans give this spot a standing ovation. FTR then goes for a stuffed pile driver on Matt Jackson, but he gets out of it, and then Nick hits a springboard Hurricane Rana off the top rope, then hits a diving moonsault to the outside on the Acclaimed, which gives FTR the chance to hit a Shatter Machine to Matt Jackson. 1, 2, but it gets interrupted, and Nick is not, it gets interrupted as they pull the ref, Rick Knox, out of the ring. The Bucks then try and hit an EVP trigger on Dax Harwood, but that got interrupted, and Nick got knocked out of the ring. But Matt Jackson is still holding on and tells Max Caster, who is now in the ring, to hit it with him. He does, and they blast Dax Harwood with an EVP trigger. The fans go crazy for the spot, but then Max Caster blocks a super kick from Matt Jackson, shoves him into the ropes, and then hits a Shatter Machine to Matt Jackson with Cash Wheeler. Fans give him a round of applause for that, and then started chanting "Oh, Scissor Me Daddy" once again. The Bucks hit a super kick party to everybody, go for some covers, don't get the pin. Nick then grabs the title belts from outside the ring. He threw one into the ring to distract the ref. As Rick Knox takes that belt out of the ring, he passes Matt the other belt, who goes to hit Anthony Bowens, but Billy Gunn intercepts, gets in the ring, and hits Matt Jackson with a Famouser onto the title belt, while Rick Knox is distracted. The Acclaimed then go in and hit the Arrival. They go for the pin. The fans bit on this one, but Nick breaks up the pin at the last second. Cash then hits a suicide dive to the outside on both the Acclaimed, knocks them out. So it's left to Dax in the ring, who goes for a roll-up on Matt, but he kicks out and he kicks Dax Harwood into Nick Jackson. Nicholas hits Dax with the title belt in the face, and he gets rolled up by Matt Jackson, but he manages to kick out. But then Nick Jackson rolled into the ring immediately. The Bucks hit the EVP trigger, and they pin Dax to retain their titles. Then the Grizzled Young Veterans hit the ring. The Young Bucks slide out of the ring after a short face-off with them, and the Grizzled Young Vets then jump FTR and hit them with their finish after the matchup. The match was good, in my opinion. It wasn't great. I personally thought the Bucks versus FTR last year at All In was a far superior match, much better match than this one. This was more of a cluster, having all three teams. I'm not a huge fan of these giant multi-way tag matches that they do so often. I understand them, getting everybody onto the card, but this match definitely didn't do it for me. I gave this match a 5 out of 10. But I do want to know your thoughts on the match. Was I a little too harsh? Am I getting a little tired just from the length of this card going on in time and taking my breaks in between matches? But I do understand that I may have had a little bit of a bias because I thought FTR and the Young Bucks had a much better feud last year. And of course, I really wanted to see that CMFTR versus the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, which we never got. I'm very sad about that. But I really think that FTR has really cooled off in recent times. They are one of my favorite tag teams of all time. But I definitely feel like they've cooled off on the product. I was actually a little surprised not to see the Acclaimed win the titles here, as they were the fan favorites. But bringing out the Grizzled Young Vets as they hit the ring right after the match, I guess that's the reason, is that's the direction they're going in. Likely probably starting a feud with FTR first after coming out of this, as they did jump them after the match. But I could see them going on. But again, the Grizzled Young Vets, I don't know if they're heel or babyface. They obviously squared off against the Young Bucks, but then they jumped to FTR. So if they're playing heels, are they going to do heel versus the Young Bucks as heels and have them beat the Bucks? Or is it also going to be in more of a cluster and we're going to get like a 4-way tag team match with the Acclaimed, FTR, the Bucks, and the Grizzled Young Vets the next time? For me, I mean, again, I understand these pay-per-views, you want to get as many people on the card as you can, but I'm not crazy about these tag matches that are so many teams, especially after we had that great opening ladder match, that trios tag team ladder match that had 4 teams in it. It had so many people in it, but that is going to be your spot fest. This had some moments in it for sure, but again, I wasn't the biggest fan. The end result, don't really care if the Young Bucks hold on to the titles. They've got their heel run going. The last little while, I haven't been crazy about it, but I think they could turn it around because I did really like what the Young Bucks were doing when they first took on this heel gimmick as the Nicholas and Matthew characters. So I'm hopeful that they can turn it around and maybe get some more TV time and do something with it. But this match definitely didn't wow me, as considering all the teams involved, super talented. I was a little surprised and a little disappointed in this match myself. But I want to know your thoughts down below. Do you agree, or did you love this match? What did you think? And I will catch you all in the next one. Stay tuned, as I will be reviewing each match from this card over tonight and tomorrow. We'll be getting those videos up on the channel for you. So stay tuned for that. But Dubious Ones, that's going to do it for this one. Until the next one. Deuces.